Today is the 18th of June, and we'd like to welcome you to Megatrade 101 video support for our market view analysis dated June the 12th, where we have made mention that the classic uh, market squeezed on the euro pound cross rates, where price adjustments aligned with market behavior. As you could see, that we also have said that the behavior of the price action provides an insight to what happens during trading sessions. Part of this analysis on the euro pound cross rate, where a tight trading range had been established since last week, where ups and downs within this triangle, symmetrical triangle formation has been established, where a tug of war between buyers and sellers or major players in the market have been providing the up and down market swings of prices, leaving not enough room for other players to be able to position or reposition, but simply because the market behavior of these prices had been relatively in this congestion period. However, the established low here at the 0.8470 level towards the pivotal price level of 0.8495 within that range, and only started to move up currently, and we're not even halfway through to the European session. Price pullbacks for the euro pound cross rate, with the highs at 0.8550 here. See if we can get it at these levels. At 0.8550 with the low at 0.8499 on the 11th of June, and lows at the 0.8474, which apparently is the second low here at the price levels, and currently working at 0.8531, which has broken the initial trend line support here on the high. As you know, with prices being able to recover from this market squeeze, the obvious whipsaw on the prices for the past consecutive days have come from major players in the market. The daily average trading range of at least 100 pips, plus or minus, between pivotal price setups at 0.8505 have made swing trades to move in both directions. Apparently, the tightening price action breakout has been made even before the expected FOMC meeting would be made. So prices right now have anticipated ahead of time, although the most critical price here that we're looking at is at the 0.8550 level, where we're looking at the resistance level here on the trend line resistance at 0.8565. But what we need to watch is exactly a price or prices moving higher than the 0.85 level, starting with a break at the 0.8540 and above, and we're looking at the next high at the 8560. Now, depending on the volumes and the momentum gathered here, so far the Williams percentage rate here has now on a positive tone, and with the initial stochastics here have opened up, giving a positive tone for prices to move higher. As we have made mention earlier, that we had to consolidate and adjust, realign our positioning, although we have made it on a 5 contracts level here instead of the regular 3 and 3 that we normally do. Decided to put one here on the euro dollar, as we have anticipated that it had stayed above the 1.33 even level and currently working above that price. Meanwhile, the pound sterling here has basically budged and stayed at the 1.5690 correction level, and with a low of 1.5661. Although they may be on the high side of the technical tools that we have here, but apparently this would hold, cable will hold while the euro will accelerate. And we were also thinking that in spite of the crisis in Syria, where the Syrian currency have devalued so much, and most of the speculators and remittances or the foreign exchange currency brokers locally have been on the go and frantic as far as their currency deteriorating, looking for pounds, rather the euro and the US dollar. And that's the reason why some of the other issues concerned, as far as the Syria Middle East crisis is concerned, is that what it would actually do in effect, directly or indirectly, with the US currency rate. Well, currently here, the prices are working at 0.8534 as indicated here, and on the buy side at 0.8536. So with the turnover trading session towards the US market, we would try to see whether there would be an acceleration of the prices here. Although profitable at this stage, we would be looking at a follow through, more on speculative rallies for the euro as well as the euro cross rate. And that's the reason why we're watching prices. If it does move beyond the 0.8540 level and above and stay there on the closing, we do expect a follow through for a rally for the euro as well. In a better perspective, on our other account here on the euro pound cross rates, what we had here is the pivotal price level of 0.8493, where it's highlighted on the line, a yellow line, with the resistance here on the third resistance at 0.8545, where we have made mention that that is particularly what we're waiting for if it's going to break. And looking at the trend line resistance here at 0.8552 would be the confirmation breaking higher towards the previous support that is now the resistance at 0.8563, excuse me. And looking at the support levels on the at 0.8449, or hardly it would make a trip back lower, so we still expect prices to move high. With this current other account at 0.8492 on the long side, and a secondary on the way up at 0.8510 is actually what we have as now spread over a period of a week now, as the exposure of the funds have been in a drag, but this is quite how do you say, well worth the wait. Although, as we have made mention, that the price levels for the euro pound cross rates tightened within a symmetrical triangle here, and it is confined within a downtrend within a huge symmetrical triangle, where prices now depends would break either on the high side, which we would be expecting looking at it on the weekly. Okay, you would still see that it is still within the trend tight range, and the final break either to break up higher within that flag formation, so the tendency for the prices to move higher is still intact. As also you could see here on the weekly here on the other settings that we have, apparently a very strong support level here is intact with a morning bullish formation here, although on a short-term basis we have established a Gartley pattern where it had moved lower as a corrective move before the next final leg higher would be made. So this particular divergence here have already established that the buy signal on the high side, until such time that it would break the low, it would be on the support level here. Apparently it's way beyond 0.8360, which we had made mention is actually the real support level here before anything else. Thank you very much, and we do hope that this video presentation based on our analysis have been quite helpful, and it has been helpful to us. So only the best for your trades, and good luck on the FOMC report. Thank you very much and have a good day.